Well, hello and welcome once again to Beat the Reset. My name is Tim and I am the guy in the hat. And today I have with me Carmelle Pavan from As Good as Gold Melbourne. How are you, Carmelle?
Wonderful, Tim. So good to be with you. Thank you.
And today we are going to be talking about the top 10 most popular questions that you get asked by clients, something everybody wants to know. But before we do, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure, Tim. I'm the General Manager of the Victorian As Good as Gold premise. Been with the company for about just over 7 years, actually. My background is journalism, presenter, producer, and I've worked in finance, marketing, and events, some of which I do apply in this role, which I absolutely love. It's my passion and my purpose to help people really empowering them towards their financial future.
Absolutely. And of course, there's great experience there. So let's dive straight into the deep end. And of course, the first question that everybody asks you is, where do I start with regards to purchasing gold and silver, and how can you help people? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely, Tim. I guess that we start with a conversation. I talk to people about, what is precious metals, why invest in gold and silver, why you should get your fiat currency out of the system and actually purchase real money, because gold and silver is real money. So we start with a conversation, and if a client wants to then talk about purchasing cash, they may have cash saved or take cash out of the bank. Then, of course, we have cash transactions available. You can purchase anonymously for just under $5,000. Over $5,000, we just require an ID, which doesn't go anywhere. It's not reported. We are a private company selling a product. We have offices in both Melbourne and Adelaide. Of course, I'm located in Melbourne. Discretion is absolutely guaranteed. We have really lovely offices where people come in, we close the door, and you have conversation that's confidential. We can take as long as you like. Client trust is the most important thing. So that's how we start. How much would you like to spend? Why invest? And then we go through all the products that could be suitable.
Yes, great. And one of the big questions that people have is, of course, is gold and silver even affordable? So if somebody comes to you and says, can I actually afford to even buy this stuff? I mean, is it possible for mums and dads to get into it?
That is one of the best questions to answer. And yes, unequivocally, absolutely affordable. Silver at the moment is about $37 Australian spot price per ounce. And we've got a half-ounce silver round coin, if you like, and that's around $25, $26. So that's a couple of coffees, Tim, isn't it? Gold, the smallest denomination of gold is a 1 gram Perth Mint gold bar. That's about $128 right now. Great ideas for gifts. We've got Christmas around the corner. So at that amount, absolutely anyone can purchase, starting with, say, the smaller denominations, and then, can go up to as much as you can afford.
Yes, and you mentioned Christmas is around the corner, so I'll be expecting a gold coin donation from As Good as Gold.
You got it, Tim.
Slightly more valuable than the gold coin donation from the Canberra Mint. Moving right along, the next question we have on our list from our frequently asked questions list is, why precious metals? Why are they the ideal commodity to purchase right now, in your opinion?
Precious metals is, we think, we call it the safe haven. It's an insurance against your fiat currency. So precious metals is real money. Apart from silver being very, very affordable and certainly available at the moment, it is volatile, which means the spot price does fluctuate almost every couple of minutes. Gold has held its value over the last 6,000 years. Gold has always been known as the real money for the elite. Silver has been the money for the people, but anyone can buy gold and silver. One of the main reasons that now is the best time is because it is only predicted to increase. So the spot price of both gold and silver, just around the corner, we've got so much activity, as you talk about, Tim, globally, the digital currency, digital digital transformation, the BRICS dollar, which is heavily going to campaign for a new international trading dollar, backed by a basket of commodities, assets, gold and silver being definitely included. All of these reasons are very much pointing towards an increase of gold and silver from literally now into the future. We'll get to a point where gold is no longer affordable. At the moment, some of the mentors, our global experts, thought leaders in precious metals, are saying that gold should be around $10,000 to $15,000 US per ounce. So right now is definitely the time to buy, and we're here to help you.
Great answer, as always, Carmelle. And so mums and dads listening to this are probably wondering, how do they actually purchase gold and silver? What is the mechanism? What's the simplest way to get precious metals from your vaults to mums and dads?
Well, the simplest way is actually to come into our office if you can in Melbourne or Adelaide, and then we can go through the purchase. We have products to sell, bars, rounds and coins, and then you can pay cash. We can do some Moscow payments as well, and you literally walk out of the door with your precious metals. The other very popular way is, because we are national, in fact we're equal third of the largest bullion dealer in Australia, and I think definitely the most trusted. All the clients around Australia that can't get into our offices, well, it's just a phone call and we send you an invoice. So you discuss with myself or my team how much you'd like to spend, the products you'd like to spend. We send you an invoice. On the invoice is the bank details, so it's an EFT transfer, and then we courier deliver the products to you directly, and we guarantee delivery, Tim. So if you don't get your products, we'll definitely hunt them down, make sure that you get your products, because no one has ever not received their products. So cash purchases in the office, or we send you an invoice and deliver the products.
Absolutely. And with regards to the purity, I mean, a lot of people are concerned that am I actually getting a pure investor grade product? So mums and dads and new investors, how can they be assured that they are getting a high grade item? What is something you could do to reassure them of that?
That is such an excellent question, and we are often asked that. We guarantee, our reputation is that we are selling the purity, the highest possible purity of the product, gold and silver, which is 99.99. Now, the actual international bullion grade is 99.92. We're also, we're large enough to have our products, Tim. So we have AG stamped, that's our brand, on our products. We also are a Perth Mint distributor, and we have quite a lot of other coins and rounds that are international, as well as Valcambi Gold. So we guarantee the purity and we guarantee the weight. So if you're buying a 1 ounce bar then of gold, then we guarantee the purity, the highest bullion grade, 99.99, and obviously the weight. It is our reputation, and we stand by that.
Absolutely. Now, of course, people buy precious metals because that is their vote against the fiat currency. So a lot of people are concerned about government oversight. So the question that I find a lot of people have is, does the government know that I've purchased precious metals? Are they going to be notified in some way? What can you tell us about that?
Absolutely not. There's no government body or entity that we report to. We are a private company and we sell a product. As I gave the example, if you come into the office and purchase, you walk out the door and it's not traceable. We don't have invoices that go anywhere. There's no government entity that we need to report to other than AUSTRAC, AUSTRAC, which is the Anti-Bribery, Anti-Terrorism Commission regulator that was established a couple of years ago. And essentially that's about cash purchases, Tim. It's not about the actual gold and silver. So if you purchase with cash $10,000 or more, which is absolutely fine, and people are they're selling their investment property, that's really not creating a yield that they expected anyway after capital gains, Tim. They're coming in with vast amount of cash, and we do sell, of course, precious metals. The name of the client will be placed on the AUSTRAC list, and that's all we need to report. And I will say, if you actually purchase a second-hand car for $40,000 cash, that needs to be reported. So I just want to be really clear that it's not about precious metals. It's just that over $10,000 cash needs to be registered. But no other government entity knows. We have security cameras and a very safe, professional, discreet environment that everything is recorded just in case we have any issues. But once you leave, the product is in your hands. You own your investment, which is physical gold and silver.
Yes, of course. And what about, I'm a new investor to the game. There's obviously gold, there's silver. And what sort of ratios do you advise people? Is it based on the amount they're buying? Is it based on the amount of their investment? Is it based on spot price? What sort of ratios, should I be looking at if I'm a new investor? What would you generally advise people?
It's based on all those things, as well as sometimes age, actually, especially with self-managed super funds. What that means is, again, looking at how much you'd like to purchase. Sometimes the easiest way is to say, okay, 50-50. So you have $20,000, 50% gold, 50% silver. So you want some gold because that has been increasing in value for the last 22 years, 25 to 27% yield. That's absolute profit, and there's no GST and no other cost. However, silver is very inexpensive, and silver, you can buy a lot of silver for your dollars. So sometimes it really depends on, as you mentioned, who you are, how old you are. If you're wanting to invest or buy for trading purposes, and we do have people who are collecting to then trade down the track, then absolutely silver, the smaller denominations, the 1/10, the half ounce, the 1 ounce silver is perfect for that opportunity. And then gold, you can buy the smaller gold denominations, even the 1 ounce gold. That also preserves wealth. So both gold and silver preserve wealth, and the smaller denominations absolutely available for trading now. And when we do get to the digital currency, Tim, which is literally feels like around the corner, as you say.
Yes, it is. And of course, that is one reason why people are voting with their wallets, and they're going to commodities as safe havens.
Sure are.
So now I've bought all this precious gold and precious silver. What do I do with it now? Like, where do I store it? What's your recommendation?
A couple of ways to store it. If it's a large amount, we have a vault service available, professional state-of-the-art vault in Melbourne. It's actually in the building where we are, the Melbourne Vault. In Adelaide, we own the vault. It's called KWS. So you've got the vaulting, you can vault your products, which is a high security storage for you. Or you can take your products and hide them somewhere. Usually ask a child. They're quite inventive. You won't be able to find anything once they give you that advice. I've got clients who actually tell me that they bury it. They've got acreages. They know someone who has a huge acreage where they can bury it. Make sure that it is somewhere so safe that it can't be stolen. So you need to look at the risks and work around those. Where it can't be found, can't be stolen. It's holds against fires, floods, bushfires, tornadoes, hurricanes, and earthquakes. You wouldn't want that happening as well. So be a little clever and inventive. Put up, say, for example, under the kitchen sink or in the bathroom behind tiles. Create a safe space that could never be found, a false wall, if you like. My grandfather, Tim, when I was a child, I remember he actually had a kind of a wonky floorboard under the fridge or the freezer, and he'd stash his cash, fiat currency, and his real money, gold, under the floorboards. And I don't think anyone ever found it.
Well, that's interesting you say that. So where did he live exactly? If nobody's actually found it. Okay, so my last and big question is, now we've got it, now we've stored our wealth, we've protected our family and our assets and so on, now it comes to trading and selling. What do people do if they would like to offload some gold and silver and liquidate it?
Liquidate it, absolutely. Before I answer that, I just wanted to say we usually recommend to hold on to your precious metals for at least 2 to 3 years. You don't really buy gold and silver today and then come in next week and sell it. So try and hold as long as possible, because it's also a legacy. It will create generational wealth, if not for you, for your children and your children's children. However, if you need some quick fiat currency, if something happens, I had a woman a couple of weeks ago whose car broke down and she really needed to buy another car. Then you literally make an appointment, come and see us, bring in your precious metals, and our buyback price to liquidate is spot price at the time of the transaction less 1%. And you can always jump on our website, have a look at the spot price, and I really encourage you to have a look at the fluctuations of silver and gold, if spot price, and also then our products. Have a look at how much they are and how it reflects the spot price changing. But we do believe that our buyback is really, really good for very decent for a bullion dealer. Spot price less 1%.
Absolutely. Well, they are. There they are, the most asked questions by clients. We did have one final one on spot price. We've spoken a little bit about spot price today. What is spot price? And it should be something people look at and take into consideration when purchasing or selling metals.
Well, interestingly enough, in my 7 years that I've been working with As Good as Gold Australia, every time, Tim, the spot price increases for gold and silver, we have more client orders. I know it should be buy low, sell high. But I think one of the reasons for that is because I do talk to a lot of clients, and that is because, fear of missing out. I think I better buy now. Yes, the price is starting to increase, so I better purchase. The spot price is set globally by the London Bullion Marketers Association, and it is the global price. If you ever see on the news today, the two commodities, gold and oil, you see the price of a barrel of oil and also the spot price of gold. That's in US currency. We translate ours into Australian dollars, and the spot price essentially is the raw product. The difference between the spot price and the actual retail product, the bar, round or coin, that slight difference is the cost that we make around 1 to 2% on products. The refinery will make about 6 to 9% because they actually do the work, a lot of the work, which is melting, moulding, casting, creating the product, cleaning, checking, polishing and dispatching. So spot price is price raw, the raw gold and silver, and then it converts into the actual products. As I said, jump on our website and you can always have a look at how much our products are. And if you've got some time, look at the consistently fluctuating spot prices of gold and silver.
Absolutely, and it's an amazing market to get into. Well, Carmelle, you have once again answered the questions that we all have on our mind. You are an expert, and your team is an expert in precious metals. You deliver high-quality products to the markets all over Australia, continually doing it with professionalism and integrity. That is what the As Good as Gold brand has become known for. Is there anything you'd like to say to the audience, just in closing?
Apart from it's always such a pleasure and a privilege speaking to you, Tim. No, this is more of just my personal. I'm very, very passionate about precious metals. I'm very passionate and dedicated to genuinely helping people. I'm not selling a bag of chips. I'm promoting and selling a product that will absolutely empower people towards their financial freedom in future. And, for me, that makes me feel really good in terms of what I'm doing. We have a wonderful team. There's no commission, so we all help each other, and we really do think it's an honour helping clients, meeting clients and helping them on their journey. We've got a 1300 number. There's a Melbourne office or an Adelaide office number. We've got a website, which is As Good as Gold Australia, and all our details are there, including our office hours and my mobile as well. So I think all of that information probably in your bio, Tim. I won't rattle it off now. There's a lot to mention. But yeah, call us, get in touch anytime. We'd love to help you.
That's it for me, of course. The guy in the hat talking to Carmelle Pavan from As Good as Gold in Melbourne. Some incredible information for all of you listeners, of course, who are looking to get into precious metals trade and so on. That's it for me, the guy in the hat. And as I always say, look after your health, look after your wealth, and of course, make good choices.